Hello, good morning, afternoon, how are we doing? Come and jump on, come and say hello. Oh, I'm a bit of a slant today. What time is it? It is 12 o'clock. Can you see that? I am on time for a Facebook Live for probably the first time ever. I've not done any of this faffing around. My internet hasn't gone funny. Nothing's happened. My phone's not frozen. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is really good news. And I'm sure that you're all very pleased that I'm here on time as well, because you're waiting to come and have a look. Yeah, so just come and jump on, come and say hello. Let me know what you're up to today. Let me know where you're tapping in from. So if you're at work and you're having a little cheeky look, if you're back at home, whether you're watching it live or on replay, just come and say hello. So I'm just going to sort my face out. That's a little bit better, not quite so bright on my face. Yeah, so just come and say hello. Let me know what you're up to. Happy Friday. And we're going to be talking all about the importance of tracking your progress. And I'm going to share a little bit of a win with me and what I've been doing. You know a little bit, if you've been watching any of my lives or what I've been talking about recently, then it might be obvious what I'm going to talk about, but I'm just going to show you some steps that I've used and I've seen progression, and I've come and had quite a nice little win, a little success from it. And if I can share that with you and you can take that away and do that yourself, then that's only a good thing. So yeah, just come and jump on, come and say hi, whether it's live or on replay. If it's live, just say hi. If it's on replay, just pop replay in the comments, just so I know who's watching this and how many people I'm reaching. It's just nice for me to know, really, that I'm not just talking to my phone, that I've actually got some people that want to chat and have a little talk with me. And while we go through all this talk, if there's any of your own stories or experiences or anything you felt that's helped as well, please do go ahead and pop it in the comments, because I just think if there's anything that we can do that's going to help one another, this is something that we should do. So I'm going to talk about my experiences in tracking my progress, and I would love to hear yours as well. So before we go into it, I will go into it straight away, but I always ask every single live video that I do, if you could pretty please, with a cherry on top, hit the share button. This is a really big thing for me and for K-Fit, for us to get our name out there. Obviously there's fitness instructors absolutely everywhere. I like to think that we do things a little bit differently here, and I do everything I can to motivate and push forwards and to reach as many people as I can, because I love the way that the background that we're from and the environment that we welcome people into classes, welcome people into our online services, and I would love to push that as far as I possibly can. So it takes you 2 seconds, it doesn't cost a single thing. If you could please hit the share button, I would be much appreciated, so thank you very much. Anyway, I'm going to go straight on to our topic then. So the importance of tracking your progress. Why should we track our progress? So firstly, I'm going to talk about this from a health, fitness and nutrition background and experiences, but you can use this in many areas in your life. So for me, I'm going to be talking about my journey so far. So firstly, when you're doing your health and fitness and nutrition and you're trying to build on it, you're trying to make it better, maybe you're trying to lose weight, maybe you're trying to tone up, the progress is really steady and it's slow progress, and there's always that phrase, nothing worth having comes easy, and I do agree with that to an extent. I think there's ways that you can come around it, that you should find exercise that you enjoy, because there's definitely something for everyone, and there's definitely, as a fitness instructor, I can tell you there's so much exercise that I do not enjoy, and there's so many things that I do enjoy, so you have to find the thing that's going to work for you. And same with the nutrition as well, and I'd be lying if I said that's something that I've been really good at for years and years of my life. It's only been about a month and a half now that I've really focused on my nutrition. So saying that nothing worth having comes easy, I've never really managed to do that for a long period of time. However, now that I'm set in the right mindset, it becomes so much easier for me. So if you don't track your progress, it is really steady, it is really slow, but you could almost miss that progress that you're making because it's that slow, and just stop and just give up and go, well, I'm not really seeing any benefit from this, so I'm not going to carry on. Which is a real shame, because the progress is there, you just have to track it and see it, which is really, and we've tried to implement that in a lot of our stuff in K-Fit, and I'll explain that a little bit later, but it's really a real shame if you cut it off before it's kind of managed to get anywhere. Secondly, seeing progress boosts you. So this is where I'm coming from with this video today. Now that we're into February and I've tracked my progress again from January, my gosh, January was amazing for me. I'm going to make February even better. I'm so excited. I'm so on that right track. And it spurs you on. Seeing that progress just makes you feel really good, you know? If you've worked really hard at something and then you go, yeah, and that's actually paying off now, it's a really, really good feeling. So, you know, you've got to go and you've got to go for it. You've got to make sure that you are seeing those results instead of just kind of plodding along with it. And then you're spurred on to carry on with it. So, I'm going to use myself as an example. As I said, I'd love to hear your stories and experiences, so please do let me know in the comments, live or replay, don't mind. Just let me know if there's anything that you feel is something that could be added to this, or just a completely different take on it. I would absolutely love to hear it, so please do tell me. So as I've said, since January, I have gone super healthy. I'm getting married this year. I've got the most amazing honeymoon to go on with my future husband. Exciting. It's just, everything is just so exciting this year. And I just really feel that it's something in me is telling me that this is the year I need to prove myself of being the fittest and healthiest that I can be. And I always think about I think sometimes people think, particularly with holidays and that kind of thing, it's a bikini bod thing, and that is coming into my mind a little bit, for sure it definitely is. I'm only human, although what I always talk about with K-Fit is that we talk about the external results as well, and actually just feeling so much fitter. And you know, since I've eaten better as well, I don't feel, I'm not overloading on carbs and feeling really just gross and just too full or anything like that. It's just all of the feelings on the inside is really good. So I've gone super healthy with my diet, and then I've also increased my kettlebell weight. So this is something that I actually increased it last year, but I never quite took it quite so seriously. When I'm teaching the class, I would quite often drop to the lower weight just because it's so much easier for me to demonstrate that way, and it was just something that I knew I wanted to do, and I just kind of wasn't quite getting there. Whereas this year I'm taking it so seriously, and I've increased that. And I do my own little drills at home. I'm making sure I'm getting in my push-ups every single day. I'm doing plank a little bit more, and I'm just having a little bit more time on my own fitness instead of teaching it all the time and not giving myself quite so much. So on the 1st of January, this is how I tracked it. I took my weight, so yeah, stepped on the scales. I took my measurements, and my partner did it as well, so we both kind of did it together. And then I did the real dreaded photos. So I'm in my bra and pants. I have profile photos, so from the front, from the side, and from the back, which, you know, is something that you kind of just have to be told that truth. This is what you look like from behind in your underwear. Brilliant. So I did all that, and I've kept them all on my phone. They're there. I kind of know that's my inspiration. And of course, it was the 1st of January. You know, Christmas was just hanging around by my belly. You know, there was a bit of New Year by my love handles. There was just, you can just see it, yeah? And this is something that comes for everyone's going to have that, and the way they perceive themselves. And I'm not illusioned by some people may think, and I've had this a little bit previously, because I am of a rather small frame, people go, well, why are you worrying about that? I think this is such a personal thing. There's personal goals, and you can do this. Some people are very naturally slim, and I don't count myself in that. I exercise a lot, and I'm extremely healthy now, but from my kind of family background, we're not beanpole people. We work quite hard, and we just try to be healthy, and we exercise. We're very active. So I think whatever kind of frame or shape you are, first of all, you have the right to be confident in your own body, and secondly, you have the right to progress what you've got. So if you have things and hang-ups about yourself, first of all, overcoming those, but then secondly, knowing that there is something that you can do to help how you perceive yourself. So yeah, I took all those photos, and now that we're in February, I've done the exact same steps. So I retook my weight, I redid my measurements, and I took my photos as well. And I've kind of done a little, what's it called, picture collage of the two photos next to each other. So I'm going to give you my results and just have a little think about where the real difference is here. So in my weight, in a whole month, I lost 2 pounds. In my measurements, I lost 9 centimetres, and then in my photos, you can see a real difference, and I'm not going to post them. They're in the K-Fit Club. That's because that's where I hold my accountability, but, you know, it's me and my pants. I'm not posting that. So if I was to rank what was the best way for me to see my results and track that progress properly, I would 100% put my photos at the top there. First photo, Christmas is just hanging out there. Second photo, while in myself throughout that whole month, I didn't really feel like a massive amount had changed body-wise. I hadn't really looked at myself and gone, oh my God, look how different you are. I could look at that photo and go, okay, yeah, there's some definite changes there. Then same with the measurements. Now this is something that I have had to try and battle with people for quite a long time. And it's people that go on a lot of weight loss journeys, but also when people exercise at the same time and they're building muscle. There's a document that you can find online if you just Google it, fat versus muscle or muscle versus fat, and there's a photo. It shows you 5 pounds of muscle that looks really, really small, and then it shows you 5 pounds of fat that's bigger. So the idea is that as you are losing weight but you are building muscle, you could get tighter, but actually you're building muscle, so it's still fairly heavy. And I think that's really obvious in my results as well. You know, I've only lost 2 pounds. However, I've been building my strength and I've lost 9 centimetres. So everything's starting to come in a little bit more and, you know, shape up a little bit. So it's so worthwhile. I think it's really easy to step on the scales, to be honest with you. It's a little bit, I know it's easier. However, it's so worthwhile doing it all. And, you know, while you've taken your time to just get down into your pants and do all your measurements, you might as well take your photos. I totally think that this is the most important thing you can do if you want to track your progress and spur yourself on. So I got those results. I mean, I'd stepped on the scales first and I was like, oh, 2 pounds, well, I'm glad it's not up because I've tried really hard. But then as I worked through and did all the rest of the results, I was like, yes, so I'm really well. So, you know, and I'm quite happy to say that I'm pleased with myself. If you think I've done all right, send me a little thumbs up. I'd love that as well. And then I shared my goals with the club. So the K-Fit Club, we work a little bit harder. We teach more in there. It's more in depth. We give much more nutritional information, not just from myself. I mean, I don't really do very much of the nutritional information at all. It's much more from Sarah, who's our foodie, to give people a bit more information into what they should be trying to achieve. And they give us their goals and we just try and help push them on that. And that's exactly what I did with myself. I shared all my goals in there. I put my photos up in there as well because I needed that level of accountability to make a change. And what we've done in there is we've taught the club members to do the same. So now this week in particular, when people were asking about, well, how do I take my measurements? How do I do this? So we've given documents in there. We've got nice little PDFs that they can print off and just record all of their measurements down. People have gone away and done it, which is really nice. I've seen some real motivation in there, which is amazing. So well done everyone in the club who's done that. I'm so impressed. People just jumped on it straight away. And we've encouraged people to take photos. Now it's always to the level that you want to go. As I said, I post mine because I know I need that level of accountability. You can just take them and leave them on your phone. There's no kind of pressure with anything like that at all. And then recording your fitness, if you're not necessarily on a nutritional side, really pushing yourself that far now, but you know you really want to boost that fitness, both in the K-Fit Club and on our online courses, we give you a fitness diary. So again, it's a nice, really pretty little downloadable diary that you take away, and you can record all of your workouts, what you've been doing, how it makes you feel, and I think that's so important for seeing your progress, because also when you do have a down day and you're not hanging on to, you're not really pushing yourself forwards, you need that extra boost, you can just go back, look at your diary and be like, oh right, yeah, look at all these amazing workouts I've already fitted in. I've just seen that Louise has stepped in, so hi Louise. And I know that Louise has been has been tracking her fitness. Louise does it in our own Facebook group, and she's also in our Hit at Home accountability group. So amazing stuff. So really good example of someone that tracks their progress, particularly for those days if you're not feeling up to it and you need that little bit more of a boost. It's a really, really good thing to go and do. And just something I want you to think about. Do you remember a time in your fitness, and I totally do, you work really hard and you keep going with something, particularly something that's quite cardio based, like if you're a runner or, you come to Zumba classes, and you keep going with it, and you don't necessarily feel like you're inclining. You don't feel like your fitness is really building a massive amount. However, you then go on holiday or have 2 weeks off, or it's been Christmas, and then you try and go back to it. My gosh, it's really hard to build yourself back up to that again. That's because you progressed, you kept yourself going. The incline, I read this article once that told me like the incline of running and how you get better is something like that. And then as soon as you stop, your decline is a much steeper slope down, which almost doesn't sound fair, but it's just the way that it is. So you just have to keep going with it. And if that's something that you need that extra help to just know that you are progressing and that you are doing well, record it, track your progress. It's the most important thing you could do. I really, really do think that. So I've got 4 simple steps here to help you see your progression. So pens and papers at the ready. Number 1, set a goal and be specific about it. I've done a live video before about how to set your goal and finding your what and your why and making sure you're going, I want to do this, not I should do this. So that's that in a nutshell, but go back and have a little bit more of a listen to that and just kind of really work out what you really, really want. Number 2, plan how you'll reach it and what changes you have to make. So for me, with my nutrition, I had to get rid of loads of stuff that was in the cupboards. I had to really work into what I was going to eat and kind of pre-plan it a lot more, because a lot of the time I'm on my feet, I haven't thought about my food, oh my god, it's dinner time, what am I going to do? Whereas you need to have a bit more time to kind of really work that out. Assess your starting point. So this is something that we work into in our courses, that we always want you to assess yourself before your week 1, and then you can do it at the end of your week 4, your week 12 in the courses. So you know where you started. So for me, that was 1st of January. That was when, I had eaten the entire of Christmas, and then this was my starting point, I'm probably at the best point to start. You always have to start somewhere, and then record as you go. So as I said, now we're into February, I re-recorded, I've seen the progression, I'm now boosted and ready to carry on. So it's not something that I'm just going to stop after 1 month. I'm now so motivated to carry myself forwards. So those are your 4 steps. Set a goal, plan how you'll reach it, assess your starting point, and then record as you go. Now, I want to help support people's goals, and here's how we can do it at K-Fit. So a few things that we have on offer. We have the K-Fit Club. So I always harp on at how amazing our club is. We've worked on everyone's measurements this week. We've given out so much information. We're always in there teaching, helping, giving accountability, supporting goals, pushing people a bit further forwards, and that's how we can really, really help you. Your first month's free. After that, it's £19 per month, but I promise you it's worth every single penny. I'm going to pop the link in the comments so you can go and have a little look at that yourselves. If you're not sure yet and you just kind of want to have a little bit more time, absolutely fine. We also have our free Facebook group, which is the K-Fit Fam, and I will pop that in the comments as well. I'm very happy for you to just come and join, hang out in there for a little while, see what we're about, and kind of see where the best logical steps are for you, and that's absolutely fine. So Tell us what you want to achieve and we will do our best to help you. We have so many different programs that are going on. As I said, if you are looking more into the kind of nutrition, diet, weight loss kind of area, the club is the place to be. I'm not a nutritionist, however we have Sarah, our K-Fit Club foodie, who is really into that sector. Amazing, she's got her own certificates in that area and she has lost 6 stone herself. She's been up and down, every diet, every plateau, and just everything. So she's got some real good tips and she's really good at teaching from within there. So if that's what you're looking for, then there's that. We've got our courses, so if you can't make it out to classes or you're just not local to us, you can jump onto courses as well. It's kind of whatever fits you, but we try at K-Fit to kind of give something that's going to suit everyone, just in different, whatever's going to be that way for you, really. So you can just come and chat to us and we can help you. That's absolutely fine. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope that's been of interest to you, and I hope that this has inspired you really to just go and focus on tracking your own progress in whatever way suits you. I've given you my ways, and as I said, if you do have any stories or experiences that have helped you and have made you see your progress, I'd absolutely love to hear them, so please do pop them in the comments. If you'd liked our little video, please send us a little thumbs up. If you loved it, send me a heart so it just goes across the screen and I feel fabulous. But thank you very much for joining me. I'll jump on for another live very soon. If you have any thoughts, if there's anything you would like me to specifically talk about, then I'm very happy for your input. So again, just pop it in the comments and we can have a chat about that. That's absolutely fine, particularly if it's something that's bugging you, and we might be able to find a way around it. Please do let me know. So yeah, thank you very much. If you could hit that share button as I asked at the start, I'd be very, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you very much. But just thank you for watching. Hope you're feeling inspired. Hope you have a fabulous weekend and I will speak to you really soon. Thanks guys. Bye.